Are you ready to can pickles? Because I am. If you follow me on Instagram, then you already know what is coming in this video. I got to do my first little harvest, as you will, from my garden, and I got 10-12 cucumbers, huge cucumbers. They're actually bigger than what I would have liked them, but they were hidden. I'll have to do another update on my garden because the vines, they're going crazy. I have never seen cucumbers do as good as they are doing, and I believe I owe it all to the fertilizer, the chickens. But anyway, I had cucumbers, and I was able to get peppers, some cayenne, and some jalapenos, and then there's garlic, and homemade pickling spice and brine. So, excuse me, we are making garlicky, peppery dill, spicy, garlicky, peppery dill pickles. We're doing something delicious is what I'm trying to say. So I hope that you stick around, and we're gonna get to pickling up all these cucumbers. It's gonna be super fun, super easy. Anyone can make pickles. It's a delicious thing. So let's get started. All right, so let's just dive right into it. I am going to be using this book as a reference, but I am not using the exact recipe, but it's going to come out fine. I'm going to be using the dill pickle right there, and so we will need of course our cucumbers, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of pickling salt, which I have my salt right here, a quart of water, and a quart of vinegar, 5%, I have that, and then our pickling spice, which here is, I need to stir it up, but here's my pickling spice, and then ball crisper, I do have some of that, so I'm going to use that, and then dill, and I have fresh dill in the fridge waiting for me. So I have my jars, they just got done sterilizing. Back there I have lids, and then ignore my clean dishes. This is all the cucumber and the peppers, and they are actually in ice water. I put ice in there, and they've been washed, and they're staying really cold, which is how I want them. So the first thing we need to do is get our brine together, and that is going to be the sugar, salt, water, and vinegar. So I'm going to get that going, and it simmers for 15 minutes. Okay, so in my stock pot I have 4 cups of water, 4 cups of regular white vinegar. You could use apple cider vinegar if you want, or you could do 2 cups of apple cider and 2 cups of white, but I'm just doing white, so 4 cups of white. And then I have 1/2 cup of canning salt. You could use non-iodized salt. I've done it and it worked fine, but I have pickling salt, so that's what I'm using. And then 3/4 cups of sugar, and I've just stirred it until everything is dissolved. We're going to bring it up to a boil and then let it simmer for 15 minutes. Now while this is going on, you need to be messing with your cucumbers. Now let me just show you. For your cucumbers, you want to cut off this end, and then I go ahead and cut off this end too. They both have a little doohickey on them. I just cut them both off, and it makes them fit really nice in the jars. I'm going to be spearing mine. You could do them whole. Obviously I'm doing pints, so this would be like 1 per pint. I'm not doing them whole, but you could slice them if you wanted to slice them. I'm just going to do spears. That's what we really like. And when I do bread and butter with my next batch, those I'm going to slice. So got to get all these speared up. I'm going to do my peppers. I'm going to slice them in half. I have 2 different kinds. I have jalapeno and I have chili pepper. They're all this is from my garden. And then I also have a head of garlic. I'm going to get all those peeled, and I'm going to go ahead and get my dill separated. So let's just get right to it. Okay, so let me show you what I got going on. I have my hot sterilized jars. In here I have peeled cloves of garlic and halved or whole if they were tiny peppers, and I left the ribs and the stems in because I want all that flavor. And then I have my cucumbers that I tried to as uniformly as possible spear, and they've been cleaned. Excuse me. And we're gonna get this going. I've already done the pickling brine. It's been simmering, and so it's good to go. And it has 4 cups of white vinegar, 4 cups of water, half a cup of pickling salt, non-iodized salt, and then 3/4 cups of sugar. And I did taste it, and it tastes good consistency. And then I have my little dash, and that's going to be for the crisping. And then my pickling spice, that I'm going to do about maybe half a tablespoon in my pints, because it's already going to have a lot of flavor. I don't want to overpower my pickles. You can use as little or as much as you want. Actually, I'm just doing a heaping teaspoon is what I'm putting in there. It's just for spice. And then, let's see, get my dill out. And this is just dill. Nothing special about it. I didn't get to grow any this year. So about that much per jar. Stick that in. It doesn't have to be on the bottom. This is just how I'm going to do it. Some people get all creative and do it on the side. I'm not worried about it. So, clove of garlic in each. If it's small, I sometimes put more than one. And then pepper. I'm going to put 2 halves in each one. Then your pickle. And we want a ½ inch of headspace. Okay. So I have everything in there. Have my ½ inch of headspace. And now we're going to get our brine to put over it. Now be careful when you're doing the brine, because as you can see, you can't put your funnel in there all the way. So just carefully. And you know what? I forgot my crisping liquid. Okay. Do our 1/8 of a teaspoon for a pint, which is what I am doing. And this is completely optional. I just like a real crisp pickle. So this is what I'm going to continue to do. I have 8 jars that I am filling up, and this is going to water bath for 15 minutes. You got to bring it up to a boil first. Once it's on a rolling boil, cover, and 15 minutes. And that's for my altitude, and that is according to the Ball book of canning. It's 15 minutes water bath. Alrighty, so here is the finished product. I have 8 pints of my spicy, garlicky dill pickles. And yes, they have hard water. I didn't put any vinegar in the boiling water, and so this is what happens. That's why you always want to put it in, but it'll wash off, so I'm not worried. But you can see all of the spices in there. Yum, 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 yum. This one doesn't have any pickling spice in it, and it's one that I'm going to try first, but it has plenty of peppers and garlic in it. Then this bad boy, it's my ½ gallon jar, and it has 3 cucumbers that I sliced. They were the ones that couldn't fit in here. Plus I have all of the little chopped pieces to make all the spears fit. So I didn't waste anything. I put the rest of my peppers, and I made a kind of different pickling spice because I didn't have all the ingredients on hand anymore. And then some sprigs of dill. This is going to go in the fridge as soon as it finishes cooling down, and these are going to get washed, labeled, and stuck in my pantry. I'm going to try to wait a few weeks before trying them, because of course the longer you wait, the better they're going to taste, the more they're going to pickle. So I'm going to try to wait, but I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I'll be able to. But I hope that you enjoyed this canning session, and I hope you stick around for many more to come. It is full-blown canning season, and I have tons of stuff on the agenda to do. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.